Hello there. Yes, and hello to you too. Artist Caleb here, back with some Alone in the Dark. You found a book. Excellent. Ooh, good. A parchment. So, we've got a parchment, and we've got a book. Let's check them out. Parchment.
The Creatures of Night by Hubertus the Bald. Translated from Latin by his brother in prayer, Fratre Johann Marcus.
Of monstrosity. You who read me know that night engenders monsters, and that night creatures exist. The accursed book of Abdul al-Hazred is clear on this matter. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Unhappy he who knows that book. Unhappy he whose eyes alight upon that foulest of texts. Unhappy he who implores the standing stones, for he will free the powers of darkness.
In other words, it's just a bad book.
Of the pit.
And the pendulum.
Stagnant waters are like the memory of men. Beneath the surface calm, clawed beasts await, and are known to initiates as the deep ones. Awaiting his prey, the deep one seizes him and drags him down to the abyss, where Dagon, the cruel god, swims and reveres him whose name may not be pronounced.
Do not eat for 1 hour before swimming in this particular pool.
Of libraries. Unhappy he who frees the prowler. Unhappy he who meets the prowler erring among the books. He generates the vagabond that comes from other spheres. He believes the vagabond does not exist.
Yeah, there's one of those guys in every public library.
He will feel the embrace of death, for in the eyes of the vagabond, books are no more than dreams, stone no more than wind. The vagabond knows how to take the breath of the reckless. Of strife. He who speaks does not know, and believes he is able to kill the creatures of the night. Folly. Evil is conjured up by science and secrecy. He who prowls among books will perish by the blade. He who flies in the dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But he who believes he knows nothing. He who knows says nothing.
Who knows? Okay.
Of death.
How can you say nothing?
There are domains more terrible than death. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Each creature is conjured up and is not dead, but returns to the origins. A monster, a science. Steel kills the vagabond who never dies.
Well, if he never dies, then how can steel kill him?
Translator's note. Here ends the manuscript of Hubertus, who died in the library of the convent of Teruella in the year of our Lord 1666.
666.
Requiescat in pace.
Oh, man. Okay. So let's check out that book. Creatures of the Night. We just read that, right? So, let's check out that book. It's a fake book! Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we need that. No, I don't need it. Alright, where to now? Anywhere else? What's over here? Oh, cool. I wonder if we can look at them. No? Okay. The heck was that? This room is dark. Put that down on the floor. And then hightail it, because there's a pixel monster coming after us. See him? Pixel monster! Quick, man, quick! Where is it? There's a mechanism. Quick! False book. Drop put. Or put. Yeah. No! Quick! Quick! No! 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 Go in there! Whew. Close frickin' call. Alright, let's check this out here. What do we have going on? You find a dagger. Take. Leave that. Leave that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Alright, good. So, what do we have here? Talisman, a book. And, okay, well, let's check it out.
Ludwig Prien, De Vermis
Oh,
Mysteriis,
okay, good.
Nomine Invocatoris,
Whoa, wait. Okay.
Nomine Invocatoris, si non sanctificatus es cave. De Vermis Mysteriis non absolvo folem legendum fatum et eum versus. Tibi magnum innominandum signa stellarum nigrarum et...
I'll translate that for you, by the way. It says, ha ha ha, bet you wish you had studied Latin in school. Okay. Well, we don't... What? You will just put that down. Yeah, that's best, I think. Such a horrible book that it killed me. A book. Read.
Juan Luis Jorge, De Bibliotheca. Reflections on the power of the verb in certain texts. Archaeos Publications, 1919, Stafford.
That's nonsense. Verbs are totally worthless.
Translation does not alter the occult power contained within such forbidden texts. The malevolent energy is in no way diminished. The spell must be cast aloud and clearly, in certain languages or little-known dialects. Maglafar Fatang
Is, for instance, not a word at all.
The reader will understand that, in the light of these revelations, I would be foolhardy to continue quoting from the text I have before me. If spoken aloud in its entirety, it would surely awaken powerful and malignant forces.
Well, or maybe, I don't know. That's what the book says. I don't know if it's true or not.
I will go further and say that simple reading of some of the more technical passages describing specific practices is in itself a perilous exercise. The ill-prepared reader can easily fall prey to attacks of demented hysteria, not unlike those described in cases of individuals said to be possessed by evil spirits. I recommend the study made by Zempf, Urbain, Grandier, and Loudon, and the reports made by the Reverend Richard Price concerning a number of astonishing, to say the least, exorcisms carried out in a parish near Providence.
You remember Richard Price. He's famous for the Richard Price is Right.
Given what I have written, we must be grateful to the librarians of the British Museum, who have never allowed consultation of the work of Al-Azib's startling work, the infamous Necronomicon.
Oh, just like in the movies.
Copies of that work do exist, in spite of the zeal of book-burning inquisitors. For proof, we need look no further than the British Museum, of course, and the sealed archives of the Miskatonic University in Arkham.
Or you can watch the movie with Bruce Campbell in it.
Other examples of books whose evil can be unleashed by any thoughtless reader are von Jutz's von Unersprechlichen Kulten and the abominable De Vermis Mysteries by Ludwig Prien, whose sordid death should be a lesson to all those tempted by a study of the occult.
All right. And anything else? A parchment. Let's read that.
The Sacrificial Dagger, Otto Stern, Lumina Books.
The importance placed on ritual sacrifice is constant in religious cult practice.
Yeah.
Propitiating the gods is a theme common to many religions. The Old Testament affords many examples. Primitive polytheistic belief systems integrate sacrifice in their rituals as part of the recurrent process of reaffirmation and, naturally enough, group cohesion.
The Germans.
The members of their social and religious community come together in an act of purification and atonement. It would be erroneous to imagine the act of human sacrifice linking priest, offering, and God, C.F. Manzetti's stone cults, as anything less than a vital focusing of the group's faith. The act also ensures the continuing appeasement of the god, but only if practiced by a recognized officiating priest using the appropriate instrument.
You're supposed to tell people about the doomsday device. It defeats the purpose when you do not.
Studies made concerning primitive religious groups bear witness to the central role of sacrifice in living ritual.
Ah.
My own work in the field of ethnopsychology brought me into contact with a sorcerer living in the region of Arkham. He introduced me to the rite of steel, linked to a ceremony known as adoring the black goat of the woods with 1,000 youngs. The god being adored is known as the vagabond.
The right of steal is when you take stuff that does not belong to you.
Here, the dagger's role, which allows the life breath to pass from one dimension to another, is essential.
Yeah.
The vagabond is a frightening figure, being able to move where he wants and to kill those who have displeased the goat god, for whom he acts as a go-between. The goat is clearly a fertility god. The priest, having spoken the invocation, must choose the appropriate dagger for the sacrifice. The knife with a sinusoidal blade that must be dipped 7 times on night when the moon is full, in water that has been distilled 100 times, will be laid aside, since it would send the vagabond back into his own dimension. See illustration.
Here's a little drawing of a knife.
The priest will rather choose the dagger with a curved blade. That is more appropriate for slitting of the lamb's throat. This act transfigures the sorcerer priest and plunges the assembled worshippers into a divine trance.
But it's not such a fun time for the sheep. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here, and we'll be back in just a couple of seconds. All right, see ya.